Just focus on your fight.
I'm gonna knock him out, man.
Focus on your fight.
Be ready, boy. Be ready.
Focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight.
Don't dive me.
Focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight. Focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight.
I'm not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it to your fight.
You think I'm scared of you?
You're not gonna make it to your fight.
You think I'm scared of you?
It's not about being scared. You are fighting.
Tell me myself shit. Hold on. Take it upon him. I'm gonna knock your fucking ass out, so be ready. Be ready to get your ass beat. We'll do whatever. I'll beat your ass whenever.
Bad news, Terence Bud Crawford says that Cuban boxer Yordenis Ugas has what it takes to derail Errol Spence Jr. And that fight's coming up in a couple weeks. That's what I'm gonna speak about and talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Link in the description. Ugas has what it takes to derail Errol Spence, says Terence Crawford. So let's get into it. The world welterweight champion, WBO's Terence Crawford, and I believe he just went to an event with the WBO, is hoping to face the winner of Errol Spence versus Ugas. Crawford recently traveled to Puerto Rico as he went to the gym of this academy to sit at a press conference with the WBO president. And he says, I have been the WBO champion for a long time. They've always treated me with great respect. They always open their arms to me and have shown me great hospitality. So I'm just having fun right now. This is what Crawford said. Southpaw from Omaha, Nebraska, been a champion in 3 divisions. We know that. He's been out of the ring since last November, stopping Sean Porter. Crawford would later part with Top Rank, who he's currently suing. His future plans unknown, but Spence-Ugas winner is at the top of his list. However, Crawford is unable to become undisputed at welterweight 147. If that is the case, then he will travel up to pursue undisputed in a new division, right? And this is the part that I want to focus on. It's going to be a good fight. I give Errol Spence a little bit of an advantage, but you know, that doesn't take any credit from Yordenis Ugas. I think he is a tremendous talent. I think he has what it takes to derail Errol Spence Jr. But who knows how the fight will go. I see a little advantage to Spence, but it will be a great fight, Crawford said. Hopefully I can face the winner. If not, I want to move up and fight the winner of Brian Castano and JERMALL CHARLO. Wow. So my thoughts. Terence Crawford, he's always been ambitious in terms of trying to say he wants to fight the best and things like that. The biggest thing is these opportunities haven't really manifested. I strongly believe it's based on decisions Crawford's made and, you know, just really the politics and who he's partnered with. There's rumors that he could possibly come to Premier Boxing Champs PBC. That is his option. We will see. I don't like to speculate. That's a good picture. Meg Thee Stallion. And I don't like to speculate, and I like the fighters to just say what their plans are and their intent. I can't speak for Terence Bud Crawford. Only thing I can say as an outsider, he's a great fighter, and he's saying he wants the winner of Errol Spence-Ugas. Errol Spence, in a recent interview, stated he does believe that a Terence Bud Crawford fight could be on the horizon, or at least easier to make now that Terence Bud Crawford is free from the grips of Top Rank, because the fight didn't get done with Top Rank. There's no nice way to put it. Bob Arum, I remember when Terence Crawford fought Amir Khan, he's in shape too. When Terence Crawford fought Amir Khan, it ended kind of in a stupid, silly way. And Bob Arum had a whole rant post-fight on the microphone, and he's like, Al Heyman, he doesn't want to make the fights with other promoters, and he needs to. Terence Crawford will beat Errol, and it was just a bunch of like ranting and raving. And I told you then, and I'm saying the same thing now, doing all that, this is the event Terence Crawford was at where he got praised and, you know, celebrated. He's a longtime WBO champion, and that's the president right there. So when Bob Arum was doing that, that's not going to get the fight. I told you that in real time. I'm the best in boxing history. My commentary has been so reliable, so reliable, That's not going to get the fight done. For example, listen, you can either have a wound and let the scab heal the wound, or you can, when it's trying to scab over, continue to pick at it and pick the scab off. And then eventually, if your fingernails are dirty, your hands are dirty, that wound won't properly heal, and that scab could become infected, or the wound could become infected because you wouldn't leave it alone. So I told you that then and in real time when Terence Crawford, his side, and or Bob Arum or whoever was taking shots at PBC, that's really not the way to get the fight done. Because if you're saying, oh, Al Haymon's the cancer of boxing, but then you want to work with them, it just, listen, I can't speak for everybody, but I am a business owner and I can speak for myself. If you diss me, you are not and I know about it, and it's like open and candid, you will not work with me. I don't do business with people that are, ops. That's just what it is. That's honest to God. I am not trying to make money with you or put money in your pocket if you are my ops. That's just the cloth that I'm cut from. So I never looked at Terence Crawford and Errol Spence as a fight that was easy to make when Crawford was affiliated with Top Rank, because a lot of people, they what they do is they're not realistic. You know what I'm saying? They're not realistic to the actual sport of boxing. But think, and I use my channel to empower you guys to think. You can hear what I'm saying. You can say you agree. You can say you're indifferent. You can say you disagree. I don't care. But I empower you to think. Think about what I'm saying, and then you let it seep in, and you tell me if it makes sense or if it doesn't make sense. And I know what I'm saying makes sense, right? It's just bad business. Crawford, all the talent in the world. I've never, ever said Crawford is a bad fighter. But just because you're an amazing athlete doesn't make you an amazing, immaculate business magnate. Doesn't make you have this impeccable, infallible business acumen. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest downfall that I've seen with Terence Crawford. So hopefully that can change. But Errol Spence, he said he's the big fish. That's what it is. The way he's been promoted, the way he's been moved, that he's in the driver's seat. He's fighting Ugas. And speaking on that, Ugas versus Terence Crawford never happened. Ugas fought PACQUIAO off the best win of his career because they didn't give him the Porter fight, even though I thought he beat Porter, right? So off the best career performance where he was actually awarded the victory, he is now facing Errol Spence in a unification. How can you not love the fight? Even Terence Crawford loves the fight. Now, this is the downside about boxing. You got boxing fans who they play this game where they want to pick sides to the point where they're not even being realistic. It's like Serious Jones said in battle rap back in the day, keep it real. You don't even keep it realistic. I can understand you like who you like. You like Terence Crawford. You like Errol Spence. That doesn't change the facts. And the fact is, Terence Crawford himself is giving praise to the Ugas fight. But I seen in the comment sections, rabid fans of Terence Crawford, and because they want him to get the Errol Spence fight, and they don't care if he made bad decisions or whatever, the things that I've said in this video. So as a result, they just want him to fight Errol. So they say, oh, Errol's ducking, the Ugas fight is BS. But now your cover is blown because even Terence Crawford himself is not saying that. Link in the description. Terence Crawford is not saying the Ugas fight is trash and Errol Spence is in a bad fight and he ducked me. He says in a recent interview for Amir Khan Fight Week that he thinks Errol Spence wants to fight and the fight possibly can happen. And, it's just kind of been politics, which is what I've said from the beginning. So it looks bad for all the people who are trying to make the Ugas fight sound bad because you prefer the Terence Crawford Errol Spence fight. You know what I mean? And now Crawford himself is admitting that the Ugas fight is a great fight stylistically and a fight one to watch. And Crawford will be watching because he said he wants to win her. And this is boxing. This is what I like because Crawford's at least keeping it real, even though he's shutting down what a lot of his fans, the radical ones, were saying about Errol Spence is he ducked to fight Ugas. He ducked to fight Ugas, but the guy you want him to fight, Terence Crawford, is admitting in an interview that Ugas has what it takes to derail Errol Spence. So that's what I've said from the beginning, is this is a great fight. This is the mark of a great fight, when people don't know who to pick. When you got great fighters who wants to fight the winner, and he's telling you Ugas has what it takes to possibly beat Errol Spence. And you notice his wording. He was like, oh, I'm giving Errol Spence a slight edge. I'm slightly favoring Errol Spence. He didn't say Errol Spence is going to blow him out the water. So Terence Crawford, whether intentional or inadvertently, he's giving props to the fight, unlike some of his own fans that were trying to go back, like up to bat for him because they wanted Errol versus Crawford. So we know what that is. A lot of that is old media energy, and what they're trying to do is, you know, be creating a toxic environment, because they're like little babies. They didn't get what they wanted. They want the Terence Crawford fight. They don't care about, you know, the business or if it makes sense or what fight is easy to facilitate. And as a result, they didn't get their way, so they're having a temper tantrum. Listen, Crawford, I hope his next move is his best move. He's 30-something, and he has all the skills in the world. He needs the big fights. He says he wants the big fights. I think there's a good way to bridge that gap of conquering what he wants. And I think the best move would be for him to establish a working relationship with PBC. I have not deflected or changed anything that I've said. So we'll see. We'll see what's next. I can't wait for Terence Crawford to reveal his next move. He's certainly a tremendous fighter. Let me know what you guys think. But the cat's out the bag. Even Crawford himself thinks that the Errol Spence-Ugas fight is top shelf, and it's a fight that Errol could possibly lose if he don't fight it the right way. So inadvertently, he's giving Errol Spence a props, and he's saying that Errol Spence is a dog, because this man just came off of eye surgery, and he's fighting a fight where a supreme fighter like Terence Crawford is even saying that's a fight he can lose. I'm giving him a slight edge, but Ugas has what it takes to spoil the party. Case closed. In the last 30 days, 50% of you subscribed to my content. Thank you. The other 50% have yet to do it. You haven't subscribed for whatever reason. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't realize it was important for us creators when you guys hit the subscribe button. Either way, you can fix it right now. I drop daily boxing content. This is your one-stop shop for all your boxing needs. You like Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Jerron Boots Ennis, the welterweight division, heavyweight, I got you covered. Subscribe to the channel. I'm the best in the business. You heard it here first. Terence Crawford, he says Ugas has what it takes to make it a tough fight, possibly derail Errol Spence, although he's giving Errol a slight edge. Boom. You never know. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next videos, Ego signing off. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.